Yeah, g'day. This is a review of the Trek Line 7 mountain bike, electric mountain bike. Now this is not going to be a normal mountain bike review. So all you hardcore mountain bikers out there, you'll probably just turn your nose up at this, but that's okay. I'm in a hut 28 k's up from Mount White Bridge in New Zealand, where I come up a lot fishing. I've been coming up here for years. I used to tramp into this hut, 5 hours 40. It's not a hard tramp, but you got shingle screes you got to go down, you got a few rivers you got to cross, and okay. And then I started mountain biking in my younger days, because I'm 64 now, and I started coming up here in the 1980s, in the 80s. Anyway, I think when I was super fit on mountain biking here in about 4 hours, or just under 4 hours. But now, last week I came up here in 4 hours 40. And I didn't push myself, I just came up here. Anyway, it's the reason I got this, I just got a flatty. First day, time out, I've not got a flat tyre because we've got Matagari up here, punches the tyres, so I'm just fixing the tyre. I'll show you the bike in a minute. Lovely bike. Anyway, I often thought about an electric mountain bike, how would it go? Because years ago I had a quad bike. I used to come up here halfway to the Arthur's Pass national boundary, and then I used to mountain bike up there, but I wasn't using it enough, so I got rid of that. And so I thought about getting a mountain bike, and I didn't know which one to get. And because it's quite a long way up, I thought I'd better get one with a big battery. And the biggest battery on the market at the moment in New Zealand is the Trek Line 7. It's got a 650 kilowatts or kilohertz or whatever you call it battery compared to 500. So I went for that one, and it's a full suspension bike. And I've never had a full suspension bike before. And as I say, I'm not a mountain biker, so this is the way it is. But I came up here yesterday a bit apprehensive, because the only time I've ridden the bike was testing it around the shop, you know, just out around on the roads around the shop. In actual fact, I brought home a medium, and they sort of thought it would be okay, and I thought it would be okay, but I never really felt right about it, so I went for a ride just down the street and back outside my place, and it's a bit cramped. I measured it compared to the Scott hardtail that I had, and this from the back of the seat to the handlebars was shorter, and it just felt a bit cramped, so I took it back, and we swapped it for a large, because I didn't have a large in the shop originally, but they had one in the warehouse, so they got that in and they built it up for me, and they said, well, just ride both of them if you want, and just choose which one suits you. But as soon as I hopped on the large, I was home, absolutely perfect, absolutely brilliant. So I came up last night, as I say, a bit apprehensive and a bit concerned about the battery, but I'm up here and about half battery usage. And going down, there's a lot of downhill, so I think I'm going to be okay. I'm pretty confident. And the main thing is there's a massive shingle screen right down near the end. You have to push it up, so I want to be able to do the walk thing up there. I don't think I'm going to ride up it, but as long as I can walk it up there, that'll be fine. Anyway, the bike is absolutely phenomenal. That's all I can say. There are places where I used to get off because of technical things, because I wasn't confident about riding over them, because I'm not a real mountain. I just sailed over these obstacles like nothing on earth. The rear suspension is absolutely phenomenal. I had it on, started off having it on Eco, trying to be really conservative, but I found that Tour is for me, going up here on the trail, Tour is absolutely fantastic. And when I get to a climb, I put it on the next one up. I don't know what it's called, E MTB mountain bike, not the turbo. I haven't even put it on turbo. And there's one hill that I used to always have to push my bike up, and it'll take me about 15 minutes to get up there, or 20 minutes, we'll say 15. I would have got up there in 5 minutes. I just rode all the way up there. It's just absolutely amazing. And then the parts where I had to push it, they just put it in the walk mode, and that was phenomenal. Really so good. There was one instance there where there was a little narrow track where the cattle have walked down, and it was gritty, sandy stuff. So I put it on walk mode, and the back rear was kind of grinding into the soft, gritty stuff. So I managed to push it over to the side where there's a little shingle, and it got up there fine. Yeah, so I got up to this hut in 3 hours, and then you got to dump the bike, and then you got to walk over this riverbed to get to the top hut. Well, I got to the top hut. The whole trip took me 4 hours, so that was just phenomenal in that aspect. But what's more phenomenal is no fatigue. Like last week I came up here, it took me 5 hours 40 to get to the top hut, and I was stuffed, you know, like I get to the hut, man, I'm knackered, you know. I just chucked the mattress, chopped onto the mattress. I actually chucked the mattress down on the floor because it was nice and comfortable down there, and had a candle up on the chair. Anyway, I was knackered. Well, this time I got up there in 4 hours, and then I stopped and went for a walk around. I was feeling absolutely great. What an absolute godsend, seriously. So all I can say is I've never been so blown away by a mountain bike in my life. Absolutely fantastic. And I bought it from Torpedo 7 in Christchurch, New Zealand, so if you're local, place to go. Absolutely phenomenal service. No hassles about swapping it out for the large one. Really good, and they really know their stuff. And so I'm very impressed with that. I just had to take put the new tube in, so that was alright. I did notice, I took the, you know how you undo the twirly whirly, the shaft, and pull that out. I took it out the first time, and then I thought, wait a minute, the tyre's not really down. I might actually put it back on, and could have been the valve, and I'll pump it back up. So I put it back in, tightened it back up, and then while I've been mucking around, I just felt like it's gone down slightly, so no, do it right. So I took the wheel off again. But getting it off, I must have screwed it up too tight, and I couldn't undo the shaft. So I had to get a rock and bash it to get it going. But that's alright, so that's off. So anyway, I'm going to fix this, put it back together, and I'll show you the bike. Absolutely phenomenal. And my wife went in to get one, and she didn't think she needed, which she probably doesn't, need one so hardcore. Where we'll be going together, it won't be up here. But after riding this, and with the full suspension, I'm going to suggest that she gets one. Bloody, I'm blown away. And also the seat drop. See, I've never had a bike with seat drop before. Phenomenal. The only thing is a couple of times when I did have to get off it, because I was in places that I wouldn't normally ride a bike, and then shit, better get off. And because I didn't have the seat drop, and I was in a bit of a position that I wouldn't normally be in, I sort of fell off the side. So the key is to remember to drop the seat and get off. And so any downhill, that seat drop is just really fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So I can't say enough about the bike, and I don't seem to be numb in the hands like I am with my normal bike. I think it's a wee bit closer to the bars than mine, and I'm not so weighty forward. And with the pack on the back, about a 12 kilo pack, and this is the pack I've got, some stuff hanging out of it. I think it's about, I will weigh it actually, because I'm about 86 kgs, 87, and we set it up for 95. And he said, oh, you just leave it like that. But now I've got one of those little pumps for the suspension, so next time I'll tune it right in, you know. So anyway, I'm just going to put this together, and then I'll get it all set up and get ready, and I'll show you the bike out there. It's a shame to get it dirty, but that's just the way it is. And I'll show you where we are, because if you're not local, it's lovely. If you ever come over to New Zealand, mountain bike up the Polder River and stay in this hut, the Trust Polder hut. Fantastic. Anyway, that's my review. It's not really a review, as you know, but I couldn't be more impressed. Seriously, fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to put this together and we'll see you out there. Right. Really good, really good. Actually, I was in the hut. When I got to the hut, I was home about 100 times. Far out. Far out. That's phenomenal. Far out. 4 hours. And I'm feeling really good. You know? So yeah, really good. Couldn't be more impressed. Okay? Beautiful. Okay. Well, this is the bike. Can't say enough about it. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, and as I say, you hardcore mountain bikers will think this is a load of rubbish, but I'm really impressed. And this is where I'm staying. If you ever come over to New Zealand, if you are local, come up to the Trust Polder hut. It's about, it depends, if you've got one of those, it's about 3 hours. You've got a normal bike, it's about 4 or 5. Well, you can tramp up, of course. Fantastic, and there's a lake up there that I go fishing if you see any of my other videos. And there's another hut up there, about an hour's go. And so that's the weather today. I was going to go up to the lake fishing, but when I woke up it was blowing gales and raining, so I thought, oh bugger it, I'll come out. But now it's actually settled down a bit. But I'm 2 hours out, so I might as well keep on going. And I just want to see if the batteries last. So I'm going to time myself coming out, and that'll be bloody interesting actually. Yeah, okay. Well, this is the bike. Bloody fantastic. Anyway, I'll head out. I'm actually, as I said, I'm going to time myself. But it's not so much the time, it's the how fresh you feel at the end of the trail, you know. It's really good. But I think my friend Mark Buckley, he would have, on a regular mountain bike, very fit guy, he would have gone out about 3 hours, I'd say. Took me 5 last time. I think I'll be doing about 3 hours myself. Yeah, well, probably less, because you've got a few more downhills, cruisy parts, because we're, what are we, 620 metres above sea level here, and I don't know what Mount White Bridge is, Polder Bridge, where I've left my truck, but it's definitely a lot of downhill. So, okay, so that's a Spraggo review of this. It's an absolute beast. Okay, brilliant. See you later. Well, I'm halfway out, or over halfway out. I just sort of stop here sometimes because there's water, nice little stream. Not too many sandflies. Having a sushi roll. Sushi and dumplings, Rickerton Road. Yeah, they make some up for you. Bloody brilliant to take away. The bike's getting better and better, I must say. I just put it on turbo mode for the first time and came up this steep hill, and it just powered up, absolutely powered up. There's only one little place I had to get off it. Phenomenal. And I find I'm taking on bits of terrain that I wouldn't have touched before. So my mountain biking skills have definitely improved just on this trip, so I'm pleased about that too. Yeah, and I think with the rear suspension it just seems to glide over a few things, little bits of, oh shit, what am I going to do? Just go for it. Boom! Yeah! Amazing! Yeah, absolutely good. Rail 7, hey? unbelievable. I can't say enough. I'll check in again at the car, at the truck, just to see, let you know the battery's lasted. Because this is the second to last hill. We come down here, there's a big flat, you've got peach stream, and then you've got the shingle stream. And you've got to go up there and up a big hill after that. Then it's sort of downhill and winding around, and then you're back at the truck. So it's not too bad. So as long as I can get up the shingle street, I'll be happy. But if I can get right back to the truck, that'll be absolutely fantastic. And then I could, next time I come up here, I could wang it on turbo mode a few times. But I find tour is the way to go. Tour is just great, general riding, and then when you come to a hill, well, sometimes tour, but if you just put it on that next one, ETM or something, that takes care of that. And if it's really steep, bang it in the turbo. But you don't have to be on turbo for long, so you don't have to leave it on all the time. You just, only when you need it, then switch back again. So, really, really good. Really good. Okay, the sushi's really good too. Well, we got an update. Firstly, I was up at the last hill, and I turned the controller on, whatever you call it, the bike on, and I saw F. So I thought, shit, it's flat. And it wasn't, it was just the off. So I actually biked down, luckily it's downhill anyway, because I was wanting to save it to the shingle screen. And when I got to the shingle screen, and I realised, so I had 2 bars left. So I put it on walk mode and got up to the top of the shingle screen. That was really good. So I thought, what the heck, I'll bang it in turbo, get up the shingle track. So I took off, going really well, and crunch, the bloody bike broke. Yeah, I don't know if it was me or the bike, but I'll show you what's happened. Look what happened there. See that broke off, and that's jammed up there. So bugger. So I'll take it in tomorrow and I'll see what the guts is. I don't know if it's the bike or something I did wrong or anything, but there you go. So that's a bit of a blow, because it's been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, really, really phenomenal. Now the weather is turning to shit behind me. That's coming my way. So I should be out before it hits, hopefully. If I'm not, I'm going to get wet, but that's the way it is. So that's a bit of a bugger. I can still push the bike alright, just don't pedal it, obviously, and get out. And it's not too bad to push, and it's not too bad to pedal on its own, and it's not too bad to push. I've only got this one hill, and it's a 4-wheel drive track, it's not much shingle, it's clay. And then downhill, well, I can coast downhill. Yeah, I'll be able to do that. And then just push it and take it back to the truck. So, yeah, so that's just a bit of a shame, really. Because it's been, as I said, absolutely phenomenal. So, there it is. First trip out, broken bike. Yeah, okay. Looking forward to riding up here, but that's just the way it goes. Not too far to go. That's that weather's coming in. Yeah, but it's not too. It's heavier than the other bike, the old hardtail to push up the hill, obviously, but still alright, you know, not bad. But what a shame, eh? Yeah, so we'll see what the guts is tomorrow, and I won't post this video until I get the reply, until I get it fixed, and we'll let you know what happened. Okay? Might see you on the journey, might not. Yeah, I got back to the truck okay. Had to push the bike for about an hour, but there was a few downhills, so that's okay. I'm trying to show you bikes on the back of the truck, so that's all good. Yeah, that was a bit strange because I got to the top of the shingle scree by walking with the walk mode, and then it flattens out, and it's a shingle road, but it flattens out, then it's got a bit of a climb. So I thought, well, I've got 2 bars left, I might as well put it on turbo and just race up the hill. So I chucked it into turbo. I was already in low gear because of the start of the shingle scree. I started the pedal. So I just started the pedal and took off great. And as soon as I got to a bit of a climb, I sort of pedaled a bit more, then crunch. Whatever happened, happened. So we'll find out tomorrow what the go was. But then I got back to the bloody truck. I've got a lock box that I hang off my tow bar. I could pull the remote out, hit the remote to open the doors, and the bloody alarm started. And you think I could stop it? It wouldn't stop from the remote. I had a key under the truck, which was taped on with that bloody guttering tape, you know. So I couldn't get the bloody key out. So I had to tip my pack out to get my fishing gear and get the scissors and try and cut the bloody tape so I can get the key out. And of course I was panicking, oh for fuck's sake, you know, going on. And then managed to get the key out, open the door, but the alarm was still going. So I grabbed my other remote that was in the car. That didn't work either. So I thought, shit, I'm going to have to turn the alarm off from under the bonnet. The bonnet catch didn't work, so I was racing, trying to pull the bonnet catch. It needs to be tightened up, and I was trying to get my hands to lift the bonnet up, and then next minute I couldn't do that, so I just bashed down on the bonnet to try and bring it up again, and the alarm stopped. So I got to get that checked out. So anyway, it's all good now, the truck's going and everything's going, but a bit of a drama. So there's another thing I have to get sorted out. So anyway, but it's been an entertaining day and I really enjoyed myself. So anyway, so I won't post a video about the bike until we find out what the guts is there, and whether it was me or whether it was something faulty in the bike, or because it's just been assembled, something is a bit loose. And the only thing I had was that flat tyre, and I had to take off the wheel and put it back on again, but that was way back at the start of the day. So interesting. Okay, so stay tuned, we'll find out the result of this. Okay, that'll be tomorrow. Okay, see ya. Yeah, back home now. First, I was going to say the truck. What it was the battery terminal wasn't tight as it could be, and it wasn't connecting. So when I hit the getting into my truck button, the alarm went off, and then the bonnet cable needed adjustment. Anyway, so I got that sorted today. Actually, after I filmed a bit in the truck, I went to turn the truck on again, the alarm went off again. So I managed to get the bonnet open. I thought, what the heck's going on? And I just wiggled the battery terminal, then clicked the off button, and the alarm went off. So I got that sorted today. So that's that. Now with the bike, I took the bike into Torpedo 7 and told them what had happened, and they said basically that's just bad luck. I must have bashed the derailleur because I fell off a couple of times, not dramatic fall offs, just I get to the top of my run, oh shit, I've got to get off. I didn't have the seat post down, I went over to the right, and then there's 3 rivers you've got to carry it across, and I do remember when I hid the bike in the bushes, I got tangled up with the bushes, and I sort of dragged it through, so I probably wasn't careful enough, and it probably put one of those incidents is probably bent or pushed the derailleur over, and then when I fired up the top and put it straight into turbo mode and pedalled hard to get up the slope, it must have just collapsed it. So I think that was just bad luck. I mean, it mightn't happen again for another 10 years, but it just happened to happen the first time I had the bike out. So It was a bit of a shock to the systems, and that's not under warranty, so that's $190, but that's okay. I have had an incident before on my other mountain bike where the derailleur got wrecked, but that was because it was on the back of the quad bike when I was driving in, taking it in, and it got tangled up in the bush and it got ripped a bit. So anyway, so that's all solved. Yeah, it's the weakest link on the weakest link in the chain, a bit of a pun there. Yeah, so I'll be very careful of that in the future. Now, the bike costs quite a bit of money. It's not a cheap toy, but the alternative was getting a quad bike, and the quad bike all up with the trailer to get it up there and everything, to get the one that the dock used, or get a good one, well, you're looking at over 30,000. Plus the quad bike can only get halfway in there to the Arthur's Pass boundary, and then you can't take it any further. Plus, if your quad bike breaks down, you're stuck up there with a quad bike that's broken down. If the mountain bike, electric mountain bike, breaks down, no matter what happens, you can always push it out. So that's an advantage, and sort of bit of peace of mind there. Whatever goes wrong, you can get the thing out. If you had multiple flat tyres and no puncture repair, you can still get it out. So that's where I'm at. So if anyone else has had derailleur issues or trouble with that particular bike, or praise for that particular bike, or any advice, let me know. I'll be interested to know. I couldn't be more pleased. It's just unfortunate that I had to push it the last hour. The battery would have lasted, which I'm really pleased about, because that was the big thing. That's why I went for that particular bike. And when it broke down, it had one bar left and about one hill of about 500 metres, or even if you say 800 metres, and then it was basically downhill and then on the flat to get back to the truck. So there's no worries there. It would make it. So I'm pleased about that. So okay, hope that's beneficial. Probably not for you hardcore guys, but it's my experience with it, and I couldn't be more happy for where I want to go. It's fantastic, and for the rides that I used to do, Little River up Reynolds Valley, Western Valley Road, Wolfdale Track, all these places that I used to do in my younger days, well, I can do them now, and I'm looking forward to that. And I've also got a road bike that I get out on, obviously, and so good. Okay, so I hope that someone enjoyed that. Okay, cheers.